Good morning and happy Monday. Welcome to A Life Unpacked. Let's see, for this week, let me grab my journal here, take a quick peek at the week's plan. I know I'm getting back to the gym today, 100%. This week is going to be a good gym week, I promise. I had this creak in my neck last week. It's starting to feel better today. Hopefully I'm going to go walk at the gym tonight, and then I'm hoping that it will kind of be better the rest of the week. I do have a body pump class planned for Tuesday, and I canceled my body pump on Sunday because I was afraid of lifting weight over my head with like a tense neck. So I really have high hopes for Tuesday. Anyhow, let's see. This week we don't have anything going on, which is great. That leaves us open to really focus on the stuff. I would love to get the shower cleaned and the silicone recocked. I said I was going to do that last week. I still haven't done that. I really want to do that this week. I would love to maybe start cleaning out my freezer in the kitchen. So maybe I'll try to fit that in this week. But let's talk about books for this week. So I started a new book last night. So I'm going to read in a Holidaze. I've had this book for a couple of years now, and I don't know. It's just always, December has always kind of slipped away. So, I finished The Final Gambit last night, and then I said I wanted to jump right into the next book in the series, but I needed a little bit of a cleanser from it, I think. So I said, let's do like one Christmas book. I'm not really a theme reader type of person, but I figured I would give it a try. So far, I'm not very far into it, and I'm so confused. It seems like I'm missing a book. I don't know if this is I should look it up now. I don't know if it's a second book in a series or something, because it seems like there are like 25 characters they're throwing at you within the first couple of pages of the book. And I'm like, what is going on? No, it's the only book in a series. So yeah, I guess she's just, I don't know, throwing so many characters at me right away with like backstory that I feel like I'm missing is a little bit disorienting for me. Obviously, I'll probably catch up to who is what characters. I have no idea what this book is even about, other than the fact that it's probably based around some kind of Christmas romantic type of a thing. So far, I have only read a little bit about this girl. I don't even know what her name is. How come I don't even know her name? Okay, so Goodreads says that her name is Malin. I don't think they've even said her name at this point in the book. I'm 13 pages in. I don't think they've even said her name. I looked through the 13 pages really quick and I didn't see her name at all on here. But I know of so many other people. She's got like 12 people in this house, and two of them is like already like a love triangle happening between two of them. Well, it's not really a love triangle. She likes one guy. Her and the brother kiss. That's not really like a spoiler. It's like 13 pages in, right? So it's like they're living a whole book literally in their first 13 pages. Anyway, doesn't really matter. The point is I'm very confused. It's only just started. So going to be reading that. I do have on Audible, I'm still reading Meet Your Baker. I am 58% done with that. So, that I only read when I'm in the car or if I'm doing chores or something along those lines. So I'll continue listening to that. I've got my Assassin's Apprentice book, which again, I rarely read. I just pick a couple. I read like a chapter here and there. So I'm not really focusing on that too much. I might pick that up and focus on it a little bit more because I do want to work my way through that. But I have a little stack of books here that I plan to read this month. I would love to read this month. We'll see. I was in a reading slump for like 2 years. So I'm just kind of starting to get back into it, and I don't want to get overly ambitious. I mean, it's a chunky little stack, right? It's when I haven't read a lot recently, it's tough to say, oh, I'll be able to pick right back up where I left off. I know that's probably not going to happen, but these are the next books that I would like to get to, obviously after in a holiday. So I've got The Knife of Never Letting Go. I'd like to start this series. This one's been on my shelf for a long time. And then I have A Big Ship at the Edge of the Universe. This series also I've heard really good things about. So, you know, I could pick up one of these two as my next series if I don't want to continue on with The Grandest Game. Although The Grandest Game is only 2 books, so I might just finish that off. And then if I need another standalone, I have Daisy Jones and the Six. Another book that I've had for a really long time. However, I gotta look up to see if the audiobook is any good, because this might be a book that has a really great audiobook, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure. But once I finish Meet Your Baker, I do have the Dungeon Crawler Carl series, the first book of that series, on my Audible, and I heard that that's a really good audiobook, like really, really good audiobook. So I may dig into that series on Audible instead. So I don't know. I could always just pick this up as a physical read also. I also have it on Kindle. So, all right. Well, it looks like my meetings are starting for the day, so I better get to work, and we'll catch up at lunch. Bye. I got these new pots and pans from Walmart. They came in today. I should have unboxed them with you, but they're so cool. So let me show you here. I'll pull 2 of them out. Don't mind, this is dinner. But they come with like this handle. So there's no handles on them. And then it's like a handle. I've seen this in like Korea and Japan and stuff. But this just kind of like clips on. But then there's your handle. And then you could set it down and unclip it and go to the next one. Isn't that so cool? And the reason why they're really kind of neat is they have like lids. So then if you're like food's in there, you can put the lid on it and it go right into the fridge like that. You know, and then there's another lid that will fit this one. This one's the wrong size lid, but so cool. And they even have so when you've got the actual lid on the pot, right, there's still a spot to like attach, just like that. It's so neat. I've got the wrong size lid again, but whatever. Oh, I guess it would go on this one better. There. And it's still attached. And oh, I love them. I can't wait to use them. There's 5 different sizes, 4 pans, and then 2 pots. So we'll be using those tonight for, I've got some chili I pulled out of the freezer and some kielbasa. So I'll be frying that up and then putting this in the one of the pots, and we'll combine the 2 together. So super cool. Love it. So I have a few other things here that just came in, so I'm gonna open them with you. So I got my box open here. So here's my first thing. One of my favorite coloring book artists, Sachin Sachdeva. So he comes out with these pretty regularly, but this is a new one, Winter Life. Just came out. From what I could tell, I don't like super track them or anything like that, but this is like, it's like a color by number, except it's got the colors already on the line. So you just like know you color in the object from the line. So I put these in into my iPad. I scan them in, put them on my iPad, and then I'll color them on my iPad. So I'll have to show you that when I do that. But so cute. I love his books. The second thing I got here is So I recently bought a matcha set. So I've got like the whisk and the, oh, my whisk is already getting a little beat up. Please hold. I'll have to be more careful of that. So, you know, I've got the whisk and the whisk stand and the bowl and stuff. However, this brand that I purchased, while this is beautiful and I love it, the problem is that I don't know if you can really see, but when I put water in here for the first time, the glaze cracked, and it's like cracked like all the way around on the inside here. Let's see if I can kind of get a good, probably not. You can't, I can't really tell if you can see, but anyway, the glaze is all cracked on the inside of this now, and I'm kind of worried about like bacteria getting in there. I've read online some people that were worried about that. So I kind of don't really want to use this for food anymore. I might like put something else in it, whatever. But I wanted to buy another matcha bowl. So I got just a plain white one. It's not glazed or anything. It's just a ceramic one. So this will be much better to use. And then my third thing that I've got here is some new shoes. Now, I don't buy shoes a lot. I'm not a big shoe person, but these Skechers slip-ins are so comfortable. Let me get the tags off. These Skechers slip-ins are so comfortable, and you can just like pop your foot right into them. I feel like your grandma wearing them because like I don't have to bend over to tie them. They don't even, this one doesn't even have laces. The ones I have now have fake laces. These are like stretchy rubber band type things, but these are so nice. And I kind of use mine currently for all sorts of things like mowing the grass and such like that. So they're actually really dirty. So I'm going to keep this pair nicer to use when going out and doing things. And then I'll have a nice clean pair and I'll have my work pair. So that's all I bought for now. So we're going to wait for Jeff to get off of work, and then we're going to the gym. And then I'll come home and I'll cook up this stuff for dinner. Go on. So it's a couple of days later, snowing out today, so it's feeling like extra cozy in here. I've got the Christmas tree on and the fire going. I'm working downstairs for the afternoon because I don't have any more meetings to do right now. So yeah, about to make myself a matcha and cuddle up on the couch with the dog. And then I'll probably do a little bit of reading for work in one of my books. I'm reading Atomic Habits. So I would like to get a little bit of that done this afternoon. So let's go do that.
We're in trances, going off to different places, different planets. Watch your aura pass me by, losing balance. What if we run out of time and second chances? Empty-handed. You like the fast life, you like to drive and get down and dirty, act like the bad guy. You want some love, be like when you feel like calling at midnight. You got the best of me, you got me losing sleep. I've been hopeful, baby, I was hoping maybe that you cross my path. I've been sinking
It's a little sweeter than I usually have. I usually have it with almond milk, but I ran out of almond milk this morning. And because it's snowing, I didn't want to make a delivery order for groceries. So my delivery order's for tomorrow. So it's a little extra sweet because it's regular milk, but it's still going to get the caffeine in. All right, let's go get on the couch and start reading. So in this book, it's talking about there was a professor who did a study on a film class that he was doing where he had half of the students take one perfect picture and the other half of the students were allowed to take 100 pictures to get to the perfect picture. So the idea was to say, like, by forming a new habit, like, do you do it once to get it perfect, or do you do it 100 times to make it perfect? And actually what ended up happening was the better photograph came out of the group that had the 100 pictures, because they were able to do like trial and error and kind of like work their way up to it. So they talk about like forming habits, and the fact that forming a habit, actually, there's like that wise tale that like you need 33 months to form a habit or 30 days to form a habit, but in actuality, it matters how many times you do that habit during that time frame. The more frequently you do it, the more often and more likely that you will to succeed at doing whatever you're doing. So if, for example, you're trying to, like for me, work out and lose weight, the more often that you go to the gym is going to be more important than the quality of the work that you're doing when you're there. So I could go to the gym and maybe I just walk for a half an hour, you know, and I don't do anything else. Or maybe I lift a 1 pound weight for a half an hour. Doing that every single day of the week, or 4 or 5 days out of the week, is going to be more successful than if I go for like 2 sessions for an hour, because I'm forming that habit of constantly going and working on it, and that weight will go up in time and the endurance will go up in time. So it's kind of interesting to see that habit forming is more not about the quality, because so often I get stuck in the I have to have it perfect, and if it's not perfect, I'm not going to do it, or I won't go back and do it again because like I failed. So it's kind of like you have to just like say, you know what, I don't care if it's going to be a bad workout. I don't care if it's going to be a bad meal and it's not going to taste great or whatever, because the thing is that in time you'll learn to make the healthy food taste great. You'll learn to have a good time at the gym. You'll learn to just keep going back and doing it over and over and over again. So found that interesting. I just got done with the gym. Now I'm actually heading to Target. I want to look at what they have for wrapping paper and see what kind of organizational things they have also for a desk that I have in the dining room that is very cluttered, and I want to clean up next week. So let's go take a look around Target. It was so packed at Target, I could not even record in there, so I just got in and got out. I am at the gym waiting for my class to start in about 10 minutes, but I wanted to come on here, wrap up this week, and talk a little bit about my books that I read this week and where I'm at. So let's start with those. I have my physical read, which is Assassin's Apprentice by Hobb. That one I read a couple pages. I think I got a chapter done. Again, I only read that really when I have like appointments or something along those lines. So that one I didn't get a lot of time with. That one's going good. I mean, it's a fantasy book. I enjoy it. I think Fitz is a good character. I think the world is interesting. It's starting to lean more political, and I tend to not like the political fantasies that much. I mean, I know a lot of fantasies have politics in them, but if it gets heavy politics is when I kind of like, but I am still enjoying it. I still like the adventure part of it. So I also have, for my Kindle, I'm reading In a Holidaze by Christina Lauren. So far, that book is, it was confusing me in the beginning. There were a lot of characters and I wasn't sure exactly what was going on. It was very confusing. I didn't know the main character's name, anything like that, but now I'm 70% of the way through the book. I now know all the characters. I understand what's happening. It's kind of like a Groundhog Day situation, but around Christmas time. So it's very festive and everything like that. Its spicy scenes are not that spicy. They kind of like do the ... when it gets to the point where it's a little bit too spicy, and that's where it kind of stops. So interesting, because I thought I've read other Christina Lauren's books where they go very much into detail. So maybe I'm just not to that point in the book, but the characters have had spicy time. So I don't know what's, and it's good. I don't mind it. I don't seek out those types of books necessarily, but I don't mind if I have a book that ends up being that. Like, for example, when I read Hooked, I did not know it was going to be spicy at all, but I finished it because I had already started it. But yeah, I was going into that book thinking it was just a Peter Pan retelling. No, it is a Peter Pan retelling, but it's a spicy Peter Pan retelling. Anyway, let's see, what else do we have on audiobook? We have Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Dinniman. Fantastic book. It's so, how far am I in it? Let me look at my phone here. I'm on chapter 14, so I'm not like super far into it, but oh my gosh, so much fun. I love this dystopian idea of a game show / dungeon. I like the characters. The audiobook is fantastic. The main character sounds like Cusco. So he's kind of like I want to say like a dumb blonde male character, but he's just so stereotypical man, and he's like with this cat, Princess Donut. Oh my god, she's amazing, and it's just a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun listening to it. I think the voice actor that's narrating it, I think his name is Jeff Hayes. He is so good about doing different voices and making all the characters feel uniquely them. It's so good. I'm really enjoying that a lot. So let's see, what else do we have? I have Atomic Habits. I got to read that quite a bit this week. Because at work right now it is the Christmas holiday. A lot of people are on vacation, so I have a lot more of available free time. So when I have available free time, that's when I try to get some reading in for that. So I'm reading Atomic Habits for that, and I'm really enjoying learning how to make habits and how to keep them, and the psychology behind that. So I don't remember the page number that I'm on that. I'll have to insert it here somewhere to show you how far I am through that book. And I believe that is all I have, is just the 4 books right now. Just the 4 books. 4 is ridiculous. Don't get me wrong. I really should just have like 1 audiobook, 1 physical book, 1 in my Kindle. Honestly, I should just have 1 book, period. But I can't be bothered. I have different, like I like to read the Kindle in bed, and then I like to listen to the audiobook when I'm in the car, and then, or doing things around the house, and then my physical read when I actually can sit down and physically read. But I don't like to get the same book across different types of media, because I feel like it's just a waste of money. If I have it in physical form, I don't need to buy it on Kindle. If I have it on Kindle, I don't need to buy it in audiobook. Like, that's just silly to me. Anyway, yeah, so this week, as far as my weight loss goes, last I weighed myself, I was 260. So I've been kind of chunking off of that weight that I gained from the Thanksgiving holiday. Still staying focused on moving forward. I wish it was faster. I'm going to really try. I say this every week. I'm really going to try to focus on it. I need to focus on it. Recently, I've been looking into long-term life insurance and long-term like health care for like AIDS and stuff like that, and kind of planning my future. And I found out that at my current weight, I am not going to qualify for that. So what they really want me to do, we spoke with the underwriters a little bit. My weight needs to be around 210 pounds before I should talk to them again, and we'll see where we're at. And they have an equation that basically will tell them whether or not I would be accepted based on my weight. So I really need to get that down to 210 to be able to look more into this long-term healthcare that I really want to do. So I do have a short-term goal. I've got a real drive in me because of the situation, and I'll go into how my future in retirement is going to look for me in another vlog. But there are other people involved other than me and my husband, and the reality is I don't want to be the one that's holding everybody back financially if my health requires more care because I was not able to get this type of insurance. So it's important to me to make sure that I can keep up with everybody else, not only physically and health wise, but also the financial aspect. Like, I don't want to be the one dragging people down. So it's good to have a goal. It's good to have, people around me that are important that will be a driving force for me to make this healthy change for not only me, but also for my wallet. So anyway, I'm going to go get in the gym. And we'll see you guys next week. Please throw me a subscribe if you haven't subscribed before. I would really appreciate the support and the friends in the community. Thank you for those that are new here and have joined me recently. I do see you, and it makes me so happy to know that other people can relate to me, and that I'm not just a stick in the mud. Like, sometimes I feel like, because I'm an introvert and I'm in my 40s, that like I'm not capable of being part of a community or driving a community or even like making new friends. So it means a lot to me. Especially in the beginning when I'm nervous and scared and embarrassed and all the things that I feel now. I'm sure as time goes on, I'll feel more comfortable or humbled in different ways. But right now it's extremely a loving feeling, a grateful feeling that I feel. So thank you so much. Anyway, yes, like, subscribe, comment, all the lovely things that people say, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.